What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of High Mythology, the show where we get higher than Kintaro flying off the top rope. We tell you guys silly stories from mythology and folklore. Tonight, we will be bringing you some Japanese fairy tales. Little taste of Japan here. Kind of excited, kind of interested to see what we got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good tie-in, Kim. Good tie-in. Yeah.
Some good shit.
Fucking kick his ass.
We're going to start strong.
Yeah.
Do one of the most popular fairy tales in Japan. It's called The Adventures of Kintaro, the Golden Boy.
The Golden Boy.
Followed by Kimi. And the Legends of Tsuchigumo.
Okay, Tsuchigumo.
So Kintaro is that little picture of the red boy, butt ass naked.
Little naked red boy. Look at me.
Finger in his mouth. He looks like a little baby ogre, but he's not. He's like actually.
I'm a little naked baby ogre. Little naked ogre baby.
Okay. So, just jumping into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and take it away, Kimbo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, there are all kinds of stories of how Kintaro was born, from being born in the forest after his mother, a princess, escaped fighting between his father and uncle, and to one story where his mother is Yamauba, a mountain crone, impregnated by a clap of lightning sent by a red dragon.
Got that lightning clap. Pow! Oh, now I'm pregnant.
He was said to be extremely strong even as a very small child, where he ran around naked, except for a bib around his neck with the kanji for gold. And he was said to be very close to animals, and they did his bidding. And they let him ride them and possibly even taught them their language and shit.
Talk to me, my goat friends.
From the time he was a small child, he was fighting monsters and helping local workers.
See, I like to picture him as a jacked baby with a Speedo and tassels coming off of his arm that always wears bandana and glasses. Hey there, little brother. You're wrestling the Golden Boy now.
That's funny. Long ago, there lived in Kyoto a brave soldier named Kintoki, and he fell in love with a beautiful lady and married her.
That happens.
And not long after this, though, the malice of some of his friends, he fell into disgrace at court and was dismissed. This misfortune so preyed upon his mind that he did not long survive his dismissal. He died, leaving behind him his beautiful young wife to face the world alone.
It's just like all the bros started. Bro, you never even come out and party anymore, man. Like, what? Now that you're married, you're too cool, huh? We're gonna disown you, bro.
No, cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're removed from the bro-ciety. You violated the bro code.
PC for life.
Yeah.
Fearing her husband's enemy, she fled to Ashigara, the mountains. The mountains,
yeah.
As soon as her husband was dead, and there in the lonely forest where no one ever came except woodcutters. Yes, it's shame. Strong,
shame.
Very cut, muscular men are the only people you get to see out there. I'm fucking down with that.
Look at my glistening pectoral muscles and know this is your punishment.
See the water glisten.
The water glistens. Yeah.
A little boy was born to her, and she called him Kintaro, the Golden Boy. And the remarkable thing about this child was his great strength, and as he grew older, and he got stronger and stronger. And so that by the time he was 8 years of age, he was able to cut down trees as quickly as woodcutters.
And he had a full beard.
Then his mother gave him a large axe, and he used it to go out to the forest and help the woodcutters, who called him Wonder Child. And to this,
the Wonder Boy.
and they called his mother the Old Nurse of the Mountains, for they did not know her high rank.
She's 25. Yeah, I know, huh? Old one.
Yeah.
She's the old nurse of the woods. She's literally in her early 20s. Yeah. Well, you know.
Past the age.
Yes, past the prime age.
They move quick, man.
They move quick. Chow.
So quite unlike other boys, Kintaro grew up all alone in the mountain wilds, and as he had no companions, he made friends with all the animals and learned to understand them and speak their language and talk.
And talk. Yeah.
By degrees, they all grew quite tame and looked upon Kintaro as their master, and he used them as his servants and messengers, but his special retainers were the bear, the deer, the monkey, and the hare.
Look, he used them as his messengers. He's the only one who can understand him. So you just get cut off on a pathway by a raccoon. Yeah.
I imagine he's something like fucking Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on. What did he say?
What did he say? Yeah.
Oh my God. You give that back.
That raven just keeps yelling at me. Yeah, he was telling you dinner's almost ready.
You better hurry up.
Did you not get the message? I asked for you to RSVP and let me know if you had a +1. Was that not communicated to you?
The bear often brought her cubs for Kintaro to romp with. And when she came to take them home, Kintaro would get on her back and he'd have a ride all the way down to her cave.
Hey, brother.
He was very fond of the deer, too, and he would often put his arms around the creature's neck to show that its long horns did not frighten him.
I'll put you in a chokehold, brother.
Great was the fun they all had together.
Yeah. Go to sleep.
One day, as usual, Kintaro went up to the mountains, followed by the bear, the deer, the monkey, and the hare. Walking for some time up this hill and down the dale and over rough roads, they suddenly came out upon a wide and grassy plain covered with pretty flowers. Here indeed was a nice place where they could all have a good romp together.
Good romp.
The deer rubbed his horns against a tree for pleasure, and the monkey scratched his back.
Maybe we shouldn't have used the word romp. Yeah.
The hare smoothed his long ears, and the bear gave a grunt of satisfaction.
And the beaver passed out condoms.
Kintaro said,
Hey, brother, here's a good place as any for a game. What do you all say to some wrestling?
Wow.
I'll take you downtown, brother.
The bear, being the biggest and the oldest, answered for the others. She said,
That'll be a great idea. I'm the strongest, so I'll make the platform for the wrestlers.
And she set to work with the will to dig up the earth and pat it into shape. Kintaro said,
All right there, brother. I'll look on while you two wrestle with each other, and I'll probably do some color commentary and give a big-ass belt to the one who wins in each round.
The bear says,
Oh, what fun. We will all try to get the prize.
The deer, the monkey, and the hare set to work to help the bear raise the platform on which they were all to wrestle. And when this was finished, Kintaro cried out,
All right now, brothers and sisters, we're about to begin. First up, we're going to have the monkey fighting the hare in this sport, and the deer will be the umpire. He'll be the referee walking around in there. Hope he doesn't get knocked out and no dirty deeds happen behind his back.
The deer answered,
Redback, are you ready? Yeah.
Is that what I wrote?
Yep.
No way.
Redback, are you ready? Oh, no. Hee, I've always wanted to be a referee. Now, monkey, hare, if you are both ready, please walk out and take your places on the platform. This is fully just turning into WrestleMania. Oh, what a spectacle we have here today.
Then the monkey and the hare both hopped out, quickly and nimbly, to the wrestling platform. The deer, as referee, stood between the two and called out,
"All right, Redback, are you ready?"
To this, the monkey, who had a red back in Japan. He then turned to the hare and said,
"All right, Long Ears, are you ready?"
Both little wrestlers faced each other while the deer raised a leaf as high as signal. Leaf on high as signal. When he dropped the leaf, the monkey and the hare rushed upon each other, crying, "Yo-sho, yo-sho."
Yo-sho!
While the monkey and the hare wrestled, the deer called out encouragingly or shouted warnings to them of them as the hare or the monkey pushed each other near the edge of the platform, were in danger of falling out.
Never in my life have I seen such a spectacle, Bob.
They are sumo wrestling, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The deer called out,
"Redback, stand your ground. Have a gun."
Wow. The bear yells out.
"Pull a chair out from under the ring and clobber him over the head with it."
The bear yells out.
"Oh, Long Ears, be strong. Don't let the monkey beat you. I put all my kids' college funds on you. Mama needs a new honey pot."
So the monkey and the hare, encouraged by their friends, tried their very hardest to beat each other. The hare at last gained on the monkey, and the monkey seemed to trip up. And the hare, giving him a good push, sent him flying off the platform with a bound. The poor monkey sat up, rubbing his back, and his face was very long as he screamed angrily. You. Monkey.
Sorry, I got caught up. Honey pot is vagina. I just had to say that.
Wow.
I just had to say that.
Thank you.
How my back hurts. It fucking hurts, guys. This is supposed to be a soft wrestling. Where are the feather pillows and the ticklers? I heard I was getting my anus tickled.
No comment. Seeing the monkey.
Literally, no comment. We're taking a moment of silence for how bad that joke was.
The poor monkey sat up, rubbing his back, and his face was very long. We already talked about that. Seeing the monkey in this plight on the ground, the deer, holding his leaf on high, says,
"This round is done. The hare has won."
Kintaro then opened his lunchbox and, taking out a rice dumpling, gave it to the hare, saying,
"Hey, brother, here's your prize. You've earned it. Good job, brother. I'll see you backstage for cocaine and promos."
Now the monkey got up looking very cross, and as they say in Japan, his stomach stood up. For he felt that he had not been fairly beaten. So he said to Kintaro and to the others who were standing by,
"Hey guys, I've not been beaten fairly. My foot slipped and I tumbled out. Please just give me one more chance here. Just one more round. That bear needs a new vagina."
Probably.
She's bet all her money on me.
Then, Kintaro consenting, the hare and the monkey began to wrestle again. And now, as everyone knows, the monkey is a cunning animal by nature. And he has made up his mind to get the best of this hare this time, if it were possible. To do this, though, he thought that the best and surest way would to get hold of the hare's long ears. And this he soon managed to do. The hare was quite thrown off his guard by the pain of having his ears pulled so hard. Yeah. And the monkey, seizing at his opportunity at last, caught hold of one of the hare's legs and sent him sprawling into the middle of the daisy field.
Never in my life have I seen such a spectacle here, Bob.
The monkey was now the victor and received a rice dumpling from Kintaro, which pleased him so much that he quite forgot about his sore back. The deer now came up and asked of the hare if he felt ready to have another round, and if so, whether he would try a round with him. the hare consenting. They both stood up to wrestle, and the bear came forward as a referee. The deer with his long horns and the hare with his long ears. It must have been an amusing sight for those watching this unusual
Never in my
match.
life have I seen such a spectacle.
Suddenly, the deer went down on one of his knees, and the bear, with the Halif on high, declared him beaten. In this way, sometimes the one and sometimes the other, conquering the little party, amused themselves till they were tired. Whatever.
They didn't do a
around.
ladder match, and that's
No.
what upset me. Monkey's still got a gun.
At last, Kintaro got up and said,
All right, brothers, that's enough for today. This is a really nice place we found for WrestleMania. We'll come again tomorrow. Now let's all go home and have a big thanks to our sponsors, Rice Cakes. Now come along.
And so saying, Kintaro led the way. The animals followed. After walking some distance, they came out onto the banks of a river flowing towards a valley. Kintaro and his 4 furry friends stood and looked about for some means of crossing. A bridge was not there. The river rushed on its way.
The bridge was not there. It had taken the day off.
All the animals looked serious, wondering how they could cross the stream and get home that evening. Kintaro, however, said,
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I'll make us a good bridge to cross.
The bear, the deer, the monkey, and the hare looked at him to see what he could do. Kintaro went from one tree to another that grew along the riverbank, and at last he stopped in front of a very, very, very large tree that was growing at the water's edge. He took hold of the strength and pulled it with all his might, just once, twice, and thrice. At the third pull, so great was Kintaro's strength that the roots gave way and the tree fell over, forming an excellent bridge to cross the stream. Kintaro said,
There you go, brothers. What do you think of my bridge? It's quite safe. Just come on, follow me.
And he stepped across first. The 4 animals followed. Never had they seen one so strong before, and they all exclaimed,
Never in my life have I seen such a spectacle. How strong he is, Bob. How strong.
While all this was going on, by the river, a woodcutter who happened to be standing on a rock overlooking the stream had seen all that had passed beneath him. He watched with great surprise as Kintaro and the animal companions. He rubbed his eyes to be sure that he was not dreaming, and when he saw this boy pull over the tree by the roots and throw it across the stream to form a bridge, the woodcutter, for he seemed to be by his dress, marveled at what he saw, and he said to himself, This is no ordinary child. Whose son can this be? I will find out before this day is done. He hastened after the strange party and crossed the bridge behind them. Kintaro knew nothing of all this and did not notice that he was being followed. On reaching the other side of the river, he and the animals separated. They to their lairs in the wood, into the woods, and he to his mother, who was waiting for him. As soon as they entered the cottage, which stood like a matchbox in the heart of the pine woods, he went to his great mother, saying,
Sounds like a fire hazard.
his great mother. He went to greet his mother, saying,
Oh, Kassan, I am home, brother. Mother. Mother, brother.
His mother said with a bright smile, glad to see her boy safe at home after the long day.
Oh, Kimbo, how late you are today. I feared that something had happened to you. Where have you been this whole time?
Kintaro said,
I went out there and I took my 4 friends. I got the bear, the deer, the monkey, and the hare up to the hills, and we made a sumo platform and we wrestled, Mother. We wrestled. We wanted to see who was stronger, and we all enjoyed ourselves. And we're going again tomorrow, brother, so tune in 9 p.m., 8 Central Time.
His mother asked, pretending not to know.
Oh, well, honey, tell me, who's the strongest?
Kintaro says.
Oh, mother, don't you know that I am the strongest? There was no need for me to wrestle with them because I'm already the 3-time world champion.
His mom asked.
Oh, well then, but next to you, then who's second strongest?
Kintaro answered.
That would be the bear who comes next to me in strength, brother.
And his mother asked.
Oh, and after the bear?
Kintaro said.
She just out of you, just humoring it. Well, next to the bear, it's not easy to say which is the strongest. For the deer, the monkey, and the hare all seem to be as strong as each other. Real triple tag team action, Mom.
Well, can you not see that she's just stringing him along? Like,
I know, she's just stringing him along. She's just smoking a cigarette, not even paying attention to him.
Dude, he's like 8 years old.
Sure, what else do you have to say? And that's why your father never came back from getting those cigarettes.
I'm still waiting for him.
I'm still waiting for him, Mother.
Suddenly, Kintaro and his mother were startled by a voice from outside. Listen to me. Stay a while.
Stay a while. Is it Deckard Cain out there? I've got some items I need to identify, brother.
Now, time you go, take this old man with you to the wrestling match. He would like to join the sport, too.
Ric Flair, is that you, you son of a bitch? The nature boy.
It was the old woodcutter who had followed Kintaro from the river. He slipped off his clogs and entered the cottage. Yamauba and her son were both taken by surprise, and they looked at the intruder wonderingly and saw that he was someone that they had never seen before. No shit. They both exclaimed,
Who the hell are you there, brother?
The woodcutter laughed and said, It does not matter who I am. Not yet, anyway. But let us see who is the strongest arm, this boy or myself. Then Kintaro, who had lived all of his life in the forest, answered the old man without any ceremony, saying,
All right, brother, we'll have a go at it. But if you wish, but you must not be angry if you don't win, because I am the 3-time world champion.
Then Kintaro and the woodcutter both pulled out their right arm and gasped each other's hand. For a long time.
I instantly imagine the handshake from Predator. God, just two jacked arms, shaking hands, glistening with sweat. All the 80s masculinity you could imagine.
That's exactly what is happening.
I Am a Real American starts playing. I am a real American.
For a long time, Kintaro and the old man wrestled together in this way, each trying to bend the other's arm, but the old man was very strong, and the strange pair were evenly matched. At last, the old man desisted, declaring it a drawn game. He said, You are indeed a very strong child. There are few men who can boast of the strength of my right arm. My Popeye arm.
This is my jacking off arm.
I saw you first at the banks of the river a few hours ago, when you pulled up that large tree to make a bridge across the torrent. Hardly able to believe what I saw, so I followed you home. Your strength of arm, which I have just tried, proves what I saw this afternoon. When you are full grown, you will surely be the strongest man of all Japan. It is a pity that you are hidden away here in these wild mountains. And then he turned to Kintaro's mother and said, And you, mother, have you not thought of taking your child to the capital and teaching him to carry the swords as the benefits of a samurai? Kintaro's mom said,
Wait, I just realized what this is. This is the origin story behind the greatest tag team that's ever existed. That's Hulk Hogan, isn't it? And thus forth, Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man went on to win the world title that year.
Turns out it was not Ric Flair.
Yeah, it turns
He
out
came
it was
back.
not the nature boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Okay, back to the mother. You're very kind to show such an interest in my son. He gets all of his masculinity from me. But he is, as you can see, wild and uneducated, and he's pretty stupid. And he talks in that macho man voice all the time. And I feel it would be pretty difficult to do what you're trying to do, you know. Because of the great strength as an infant, I kind of hidden him away in this part of the country before he would accidentally, like, you know, tear someone's arms off and beat him to death with them or something silly like that.
You know,
You know how kids are. Kids like to play. And I've often wished that I could one day see my boy as a knight with 2 swords and a big-ass handlebar mustache, standing over a crowd of cheering fans, an influential friend.
With butt chaps.
With I want to see him in a Speedo with tassels coming off of his arms, because the tassels make it look like he goes faster when he jumps off the top rope. True story. I know my wishes will never come true, but, you know, what can I say? Maybe one day Vince McMahon will come find him out here in the woods.
The woodcutter says, well, no need to trouble yourself about that. To tell you the truth, I am no woodcutter.
Oh my God, you're Vince McMahon. I knew it. Yeah.
I am one of the great generals of Japan. My name is Sadamitsu.
Vince McMahon.
Sadamitsu. And I'm the vessel of the powerful Lord Minamoto Noriko. Powerful Lord, guys. He ordered me to go around the country and look for boys who give promise of remarkable
Whoa.
strength, so that they may be trained as soldiers for his army. I thought that I could best do this by assuming the disguise of a woodcutter. By good fortune, I have thus unexpectedly come across your son. Now, if you really wish him to be a samurai, I will take him and present him to the Lord Reiko as a candidate for his service. What did you say to this?
I mean, I can take it or leave it anyway, pretty much. But I guess I'll entrust my son to you if you really mean what you say, Mr. McMahon.
Okay. As the general gradually unfolded his plans to the mother's heart was filled with great joy. She saw that there was a wonderful chance for one of her wishes of her life being fulfilled, to see her son a samurai before she dies. Bowing her head to the ground, she replied what Dustin just said. But Kintaro,
leave it either way, you know.
Kintaro had all this time been sitting there by his mother's side, listening to what they had said. And when his mother finished speaking, he exclaimed,
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go with this general, and one day I'm gonna be a badass samurai, jumping off top ropes and taking motherfuckers down.
Thus Kintaro's fate was settled. And as the general decided to start for the capital at once, taking Kintaro with him, it need hardly be said that Yuma Uba was sad at parting with her boy, for he was all that she had left.
I can take it or leave it either way, you know.
But she hid her grief with a strong face, and
Strong vodka tonic in a big gulp.
as they say in Japan.
As they say in Japan, big gulp of alcohol. It's a good time. Is that me? Is that what
no.
No.
I just fucking keep hitting the wrong button, and sometimes, like, the header comes up. I'm like, wait.
Header. Header coming at you. Footer. Oop.
There we go. She knew that it was for her boy's good that he should be that he should leave her now, and she must not discourage him just as he was setting out. Kintaro promised to never forget her, and said that as soon as he was a knight wearing 2 swords, he would build her a home and take care of her in her old age. What a good boy.
Once I get that Slim Jim money coming through, I got you, mama.
All the animals, those who had tamed to serve him, the bear, the deer, the monkey, and the hare, As soon as they found out what was going on, he was leaving. They came to ask if they might be able to attend him as usual. And when they learned that he was going away for good, they followed him to the foot of the mountain to see him off. His mother said,
"Oh, Kimbo, mind yourself and be a good boy."
His faithful furry friend said,
"Kentaro, we wish you good health on all your travels."
Then they all climbed a tree to see the last of him, and from the height that they would watch him, and his shadow gradually grew smaller and smaller until he was lost of sight.
Imagine the deer up in the tree. So, guys, I can't get down. Guys, I didn't think this out. Yeah. My antlers are stuck.
The General Sadamitsu went on his way, rejoicing at having so unexpectedly found such a prodigy as Kintaro. Having arrived at their destination, the general took Kintaro at once to his lord Minamoto no Reiko and told him all about Kintaro and how he had found the child. Lord Reiko was delighted with the story, and having commanded Kintaro to be brought to him, and made him at once one of his vessels. Lord Reiko's army was famous for its band called the Four Braves, and they are also called the Four Guardian Kings and other stories.
They're an awesome band.
Okay.
Yeah. Put out some real bangers. Yeah.
These warriors were chosen by himself and amongst the bravest and the strongest of his soldiers, and the small and well-picked band was distinguished throughout the whole of Japan in the dauntless courage of its men. When Kantaro grew up to be the man, his master made him the chief of the Four Braves, and he was by far the strongest of them all. Soon after this event, news was brought to the city that a cannibal monster had taken up his abode not too far away, and the people were stricken with fear. So Lord Reiko ordered Kintaro to the rescue, and he immediately started off, delighted at the prospect of trying his sword. Surprising the monster in its den, he made short work of it by cutting off its great head, which he carried back in triumph to his master. Kintaro now rose to be the greatest hero of his country, and great was the power and honor and wealth that came with him. He now kept his promise and built a comfortable home for his old mother, who lived happily with him in the capital to the end of her days.
You got that Slim Jim money.
That Slim Jim money came through for him.
Oh, yeah, snap into it, brother.
That's just how the world works now.
Yeah, that's how the world works.
We are set for life.
Yeah, you get a Slim Jim ad, maybe get thrown in a Spider-Man movie.
Taco Bell commercial?
Taco Bell commercial. I think he was in one of those, too.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
It was a one fast food. I can't remember which fast
Applebee's?
food Applebee's?
It seems like an Applebee's.
It seems like Applebee's would be a logical place. And Applebee's wishes they could get Macho Man to cut a promo for them.
All right, this one's about a girl.
This one's about a girl.
Kiyohime. I'm not going to be able to say that real fast.
Kiyohime? Kill me?
At the time of Emperor Daigo. Diego.
Emperor Diego of Japan. What's that guy doing there?
There lived a handsome young priest named Anshin. Every year he would go on a pilgrimage from Mutsu to Kumano, and on the way Anshin would rest at the manor of Masago no Shoji, a local head village, chief, whatever, mayor, which was located along the banks of the Hidaka River. The Masago no Soji had a young daughter named Kiyo, and over the years, Kiyo fell in love with the attractive Anshin and believed he liked her as well. Kiyo was a lively young girl. Unfortunately, she also liked to cause trouble around the manor. And so Anshin tried to convince her to behave by telling her jokingly that if she behaved, that he would marry her and she could return with him to Mutsu. Although to Anshin it was just a joke, Kiyo took it seriously, and she was very obedient while he was gone, eagerly waiting for his coming each year. The year she became of marriageable age, As Anshin was on his way to Kumano, Kiyo reminded Anshin of what he had promised her. Anshin was embarrassed that she had taken this joke seriously. He lied, telling Kiyo that he would indeed marry her, and when he returned from Kumano. But on his return towards Mutsu, he decided to go around the manor instead, avoiding the young girl still waiting for him.
Should you just tell her that it was all a mistake? No, I'm just never going to Mutsu again.
When Kiyohime heard the news that the priest was not stopping by their manor, she realized that Anshin had lied to her. Full of sadness at his betrayal, she ran out of the house, not even bothering to put on her shoes. She just took off. She ran him down and on the road towards the Dojoji temple. Anshin, seeing her catch up, asked the boatman Shikanobu to help him cross the swollen Hidaka River, and then he requested that the boatman not help the little girl cross.
Here's $20 to give me a cross. Another 10 if you tell that girl to fuck off.
Anshin was relieved after reaching the far shore, believing that he had finally escaped Kiyohimi's pursuit. However, it was too soon for Anshin to relax. Kihome, full of grief and anger at the priest's lie, dove straight into the Hidaka River. As she was tossed by the waves, her body transformed into a giant serpent. Some cases, it was a dragon. With her new form, she easily crossed the raging torrent and continued to chase after Anshin, all the way to the Dojoji temple. The priests at the Dojoji, seeing the transformed Kiyohime, and hid Anshin beneath the large bronze Bonshu bell. But not even the metal of the bell could stop her. Kiyohime twisted her large body around the bell and began to breathe fire.
Why don't you love me?
Her fury became an incandescent heat. Incandescent? It was fucking hot. Hot enough to melt the bell's metal. Ooh. And as the heat rose, Anshin, hiding inside, was both roasted to death. Although Kiyohime's vengeance was complete, her heart was empty. As she had killed the man she loved, she dove into the Hidaka River, drowning herself, to follow him even in death. Sometime after the death of Kiyohime and Anshin, an elderly priest of the Dojoji temple saw a serpent in a dream. The snake told the priest that he was Anshin, who had now transformed into a snake as well. The snake Anshin asked the priest to deliver him and Kiyohime from their suffering, and when the priest awoke, he performed a ceremony for the two snakes, saving both of them and allowing them to ascend. The end.
I mean, the dude's a dick, but I do feel bad for him there. You know, she kills him and roasts him alive, and after the horror of being roasted alive, he goes to the afterlife, and he's like, okay. Whew. At least I lost her. Action! Oh, Action, I drove into the river for you.
See? You don't say stupid shit.
You don't, or you'll turn
You
into
watch
a
what
snake.
you say to the kids. They take that shit seriously. Yeah. They're fucking little sponges.
They're little sponges.
Story 3. The Legend of Tushigumo.
Tushigumo.
So these Tushigumo, they appear to people as having faces of an oni, a body of a tiger, the arms and legs of a spider, and wore giant outfits.
They're terrifying until you put the funny oversized clothes on them, and then it's just hard not to.
They all lived in the mountains and firmly captured travelers with strings and ate them. The Tushigumu Sochi, written in the 14th century. Tushigumu appeared in the capital as monsters. The commander Minamoto no Yorimitsu
Oh, hey, we know that guy.
Of the mid-Heian era, known for slaying the Shoten Doji, was wrought by his servant, Watanabe no Tuna. No tuna.
No tuna. No tuna. No tuna. Just chicken salad. No tuna.
To go to the direction of Randai Field, a mountain north of Kyoto, where they encountered a flying skull. Yorimitsu and the others, who thought it was dubious, started to follow it and arrived at an old estate.
Just near, does that look like a fat-ass dubious just burning up over there? Yeah, let's follow it.
Where they appeared various atypical yokai that organized Yorimitsu. That agonized Yorimitsu and the others. And when dawn arrived, there appeared a beautiful woman who was about to trick them. But Yorimitsu, not giving in, cut it off with his katana. The woman disappeared, leaving white blood. Pursuing that trail, they arrived at a cave in a mountain recess where there was a huge spider, big, huge, who was the true identity of all monsters that appeared at the end of the long battle.
It had to be like 3 inches.
Yorimitsu cut off the spider's head. Well, it was said to be like a 10-foot tall creature.
I'm joking. Just like someone exaggerated. There's a huge spider, guys. It was like that big.
He's just like that's like an inch and a half.
It's like not counting the legs.
It's smaller than a fucking tarantula.
Yeah. I cut off its head with my sword.
Oh god. When he cut off the spider's head, the heads of 1,990 dead people came out of its stomach. Furthermore, from its flanks, countless little small spiders flew out, and investigating them further, they found about 20 more skulls. There are various theories of the story of Tushigomo, and in the Heike Monogatari, whatever, there is as the following, as they are written. When Yorimitsu suffered from malaria, and he laid on his deathbed, a strange monk who was 7 shakus, about 2.1 meters tall, appeared, released some rope, and tried to capture him. Yorimitsu, despite his sickness, cut him with his famous sword, the Hizamaru, causing the monk to flee. The next day, Yorimitsu led his 4 guardian kings, the 4 braves, to chase after the blood trail of the monk. And they arrived at a mound behind Kintano Jinja, where there was a large spider that was 4 sakus wide, about 1.2 meters. That shit cracked me up when I read that. So I had to leave it.
It's just like rubles. Whenever you talk about rubles, and it's like, I know it's an actual currency, but I don't care. It's still funny.
I also don't know why I'm laughing so bad about it. But anyway, it makes me happy. Yorimitsu.
4.5 fleebles.
Yorimitsu's and the others caught it, pierced it with an iron skewer, and exposed it to a riverbed.
yeah, check out this riverbed. Yeah, you don't like that, do you?
Yorimitsu's illness left him immediately, and the sword that cut off the spider's head was from then on called Gomokiri. The spider cutter.
The spider cutter. 2 spiders I've killed with this sword. 2 spiders.
The true identity of this Tsushigumo was said to be an onryo of the aforementioned local clan.
Your eyes get so big for aforementioned. Like, I feel like you were trying to pronounce it in Japanese. Aforaminta.
Oh, I just don't. I never see that word. So
Aforementioned, before mentioned, A
local clan defeated by Emperor Jimmu. This tale is also known as the very fifth no.
What? That's not a sentence. They also call this story Squirm-Nibbledoop.
Well, it's N-O-H.
Okay. Oh, I see. They call this story Left the Color Blue Tomorrow. Yeah.
Comma Tushigumo.
Comma Chuchuku. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it was so funny. Okay. In one story, Yorimitsu's father, Minamoto no.
Minamoto, no.
Fucking hell, why is everything so funny? Oh, that's some good stuff. Okay. No, was it Mitsunaka?
Oh, I know that guy.
Okay. Conspired with the aforementioned Oni and Tsushigumo local clan and planned to revolt against the Fujiwara clan. But during the Ananohen, when he betrayed the local clan to protect himself, it was said that his son, Yorimitsu, and his guardian kings will be cursed by the Oni and Tsushigumo yokai. The legends and the accounts of this legendary warrior, Minamoto no Yorimitsu, contained numerous encounters with Tsushigumo. In one, a Tsushigumo changed himself into a servant boy to administer venom to the form of a medicine to the famed warrior. When his wounds were not healing and the medicine didn't seem to be working, Yorimitsu suspected foul play.
I think he's just putting poop in my wounds. I'm like 90% sure that's poop.
He slashed his sword at the boy, who then fled into the forest, and the attack broke the powerful illusion that the spider had laid on Yorimitsu. He then found that he was covered in spider webs.
And poop.
Yorimitsu, yes. Yorimitsu
I called it. That was
and
poop.
his retainers followed the trail of the spider's blood into the mountains, where they discovered a gigantic, monstrous spider, dead from the wound Yorimitsu had inflicted. And another legend. A Tsushigumu. Sorry. A Tsushigumu. Took the form of a beautiful warrior woman and led an army of yokai against Japan. Yorimitsu and his men met the yokai army on the battlefield, and with his experience in such matters, Yorimitsu attacked the woman general first. The blows struck and her army vanished, and it was merely an illusion.
What are we going to do, King? Lucky for you guys, I'm a woman beater, so I've got experience in this angle.
The warriors followed the woman to a cave in the mountains where she morphed into a giant spider. With one swing of his sword, Yorimitsu sliced her abdomen open. Thousands of baby spiders, the size of human infants, swarmed out of her belly. And Yorimitsu and his retainers slew every one of those spiders and returned home victoriously.
Yorimitsu? It's strange. They were like little spiders that made sense, but then they all had your face.
And that's it.
I don't know what happened. You should have seen that spider, though. It was huge.
It's like the size of a child, I swear to
It
God.
was like 7 flubles. In girth.
16 shakas.
16 shakas.
16 shakas, man. And 2 shakas wide.
2 shakas wide, yeah. It's girthy. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that was some fun stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I definitely we got to hear the Japanese version of how the world's greatest tag team came together. How Vince McMahon rescued a baby
Baby snake.
a baby macho man who was then known as Golden Boy.
We saw the rantings of a lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw what happens when you tell the crazy chick you'll marry her. And try to blow her off.
We learned about some giant spiders.
We learned about a lot of spiders. There were a lot of spiders. Yeah.
I do not like
They were like so big. It's like
Size of an infant.
4 flubles, at least 4 flubles. Maybe a sprung and 4 flubles.
Right.
Yeah. Hope you folks enjoyed it. Yeah, be sure to, like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff if you haven't.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends about it.
Check out our merch,
Yeah,
too.
check out our merch. We've got merch.
Yes.
Tons of merch. Teespring.com, TeeSpring.com/high-mythology-merch. Yeah, all kinds of merch.
Go get something.
Yeah, go look it up. See what you like. If you like anything, let us know too. Talk to us. We love it when people talk to us. So
Yes.
comment, review, follow, share. Set up a impromptu wrestling arena in the woods with all your animal friends.
Yes.
We'll sponsor it. I will come out and I will announce the fight. Never in my life have I seen such a spectacle.
You'd be really good at that.
That's on my bucket list, is announce a wrestling match. I don't care what kind of wrestling match it is, but
You have a kid now, so
yeah,
it's a possibility.
it is. Yeah, when I get him all jacked.
Then you're going to go run over on the intercom and be like, hang on, kid, I got this for a minute. I want to go.
I'm gonna have him
over, Paul.
Oh God, yeah, I can't wait till he's old enough to have him cut.
That's
promos.
my kid back over there. I got an ample for him.
Yeah, the other kid put on his wrestling helmet and he was all ready to go. Your kid put on a fake beard, a pair of glasses, and some arm tassels. And then I heard him cut a very violent sounding promo in the hallway. I'm gonna take you down and I'm gonna tear you apart in ways you ain't never been torn apart before, brother. And then
like
you
this
will
dirt
see, you will see the wrath that comes from me because it will be all up inside of you.
Get the suctions like a dirt devil.
I'll put your legs back where your hands go and your hands where your legs go and make you walk around on your hands and pick up stuff with your toes like some sort of monkey man.
I can do that.
I can do that. Yeah. On that note, everybody, have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.